couple of years ago when I started having major mental issues. Being diagnosed with bipolar, being diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and then on top of that I was diagnosed with a very rare mental disorder called dissociative fugues. After my seventh fugue in 4 years, I was thrown out of my parents' house, and I was living on the streets of Nashua, and I came upon Maple Street as a shelter. From there, that's how I got introduced to Harbor Homes. And then I found out that I qualified for supportive housing. I qualified for, a whole bunch of services throughout the state, and also Harbor Homes that I didn't know about until I started asking questions. One thing that in the rules of living at the Maple Street shelter is that you have to better yourself every day. I took that one to heart. I made sure that every day I had something to make my life better, whether it be going to the Department of Health and Human Services, whether it mattered to go to counseling, whether it mattered to talk to somebody at the shelter, a staff member, to make myself that much better. I've never heard the word fail. I've never heard the word that you're a disappointment. I've always heard of what's it called? Inspirational words, like great job. You're getting the idea. You're getting better. Every time I had a success, whether it been a little stepping stone or a huge milestone, it was always a big deal. It was always, or if it was a negative, it was sort of like either positive or negative. It was, how can we make it better, or great job, this is your next thing working on. It was always a constant push. It felt really good to have that support. First time in my life, I finally found a group of people that actually understood my personality, my mental disorders, and worked on the positive ways of making me better instead of the negatives. I know it seemed like, nothing against my family, but they just weren't educated on what my problems were. They have goals and plans for me that I didn't even think about 9-10 months ago. I didn't even think about going back to school. I didn't even think about, having my own apartment. I didn't think about having a life outside of getting better. As of right now, I've just been accepted to National Community College. So my aspiration is to become a nurse, hopefully in the next 2 to 4 years. I share a house with my landlord, and Harbor Homes helps me out with part of my subsidy. If I didn't have the services that they provided, honest to God, I wouldn't be here right now. I've tried 6 times to commit suicide in 4 years. And I think if I didn't have the constant support, a place to live at the time, a person to keep an eye on me, a person to see me through the good, the bad, and the ugly, countless hours from staff, I think that either I'd be living in the woods someplace, or I'd be dead. The donors that have donated in the past year has saved my life.